This is called Bimbo Summit. This poem is for 2006 Lindsay Lohan. Black hair, a smile on her face, climbing into her car and throwing her purse into the passenger seat. 2006 Lindsay says, Paris is a cunt. Teenage girls around the world quiet, lose their breath as a collective, flock to TMZ like a congregation to Christmas Mass. Paparazzi says, why is Paris a cunt? 2006 Lindsay says, I never said that. Paris is my friend. That year, just like every year before and after, the teen girls hungered, wanted blood, expected blood, could smell the stench from miles away on their skins and celebrated when it spilled. How badly all of us wanted to be like them, shining under flash bulbs in their skinny jeans and juicy couture and claw-clipped extensions, the smirk of their belly button studs against their shitty spray tans. How we prayed every night and every morning to wake up their doppelgangers, hateful and flawless. This poem is for Alice from middle school. How she talked trash about Bella behind her back, but still invited her to our annual pool party. How that day, sitting together in our swimsuits, sticky popsicle juice running down our elbows, you could barely tell they hated each other. This poem is for Tegan. How she snitched Elaine's biggest secrets in exchange for a seat at the lunch table in the shade, the only one in the F wing. How she and Elaine had lockers next to each other. Elaine had the top one and Tegan had the bottom one. And how Elaine would kick her binders up against Tegan's locker while she got her stuff from her own for the rest of the year. So Tegan always had to wait for Elaine to leave before she could unlock her stuff, and as a result was constantly late to fourth period. This poem is for teenage girls and the glorious ways we hurt each other. Our knives, strawberry lip gloss. Our bullets drenched in the perfumes we buy with $5 bills from Bath and Body Works. We trade our test answers in the handicap stalls after lunch. Peel hair ties off of our wrists for the girls who don't know we were running the mile in PE. In honors biology, someone taps me on the shoulder and punches me in the face. So when I bike home in the afternoon, I stop every other block to split blood onto the sidewalk. Dahlia shoulder checks me in the hallway and I tear out her teeth, throw them into the air like in fistfuls like mean girl confetti. You see, at 15, violence is a form of love, a synonym for softness. It is handing the brass knuckles to someone you trust so someone you don't doesn't get to you first. It is handing the brass knuckles to someone you trust so the world doesn't get to you first. And back in 2006, the paparazzi says, we have you on tape. A month later, Lindsay squeezes into Paris's car. It's a two-seater, and Brittany's in there too, but they manage. When I say girl, and they take it to mean 1, a shortness of breath, 2, oiled eyelids, or 3, crickets piled at the back of the throat, 4, a confession, 5, an apology, 6, puckered lips full of cherry blossoms. When I say girl, and I mean 1, making a nameless god out of emptiness, 2, city pop dreaming, 3, second day trifle licked off fingers, 4, finding glitter in the soft part behind your knees, and 5, blood under your pillowcase. When I say me, and I mean neither of these versions, or I mean both, or I mean here, because somehow the child survives her own hand twisting her roots out of the soil. Somehow she stitches together the cracks in the bottoms of her feet. Weary breaths inverted, she says, I will say grace now. She says, blow me up into the sky. I will be here every night for you to peer at. She holds alcohol in her mouth, and they get tipsy just looking at her. When she says girl, and she only means 1, soft bone, 2, cartilage, 3, this gentle animal body of hers, and maybe this time they have no meaning to give her. So 1, if you peel the fuzzy skin of a peach back. 2, some days isn't there just nail polish. And then this last poem I wrote actually a couple months ago. And I think junior year was very odd for me because I spent so much of it like very stressed out and very in my head. And then also combined with being at home all the time made me feel really like dissociated from reality and like kind of not real. So this last one is like really short, but I think it like kind of conveys the mindset I was in. rediscovery. Lately, when I see myself in the mirror, I think I can visualize the ghosts of my hip bones jutting out of my skin, or maybe the shadows of my rib cage dusted with sand. I study the tips of my fingers and imagine biting them off. I want somebody to sketch me, to study the wrinkles that form when I bend my wrist. I want them to draw hundreds of hand studies all entitled. If they displayed them, would my family recognize me? Would my friends? Would I? Sometimes I pull the bed sheets against my bare back just to feel something so flush against my body. Myself within myself within myself, all cocooned in white cotton. I swallow to taste the inside of my own throat. It's okay to be greedy.